Hi, today I'm going to be doing a demonstration on how to make a styrofoam print. We're going to start by creating a planning drawing. We are going to use a piece of paper that is the same size as our styrofoam plate. So for this project, the styrofoam plate we're going to be using is the same size as this paper. I've already completed my planning drawing, and this is my planning drawing. It is a blue heron. For this project, it works best if you have a big, bold image for your print. Small detailed drawings do not work well for this project. So as you can see, my bird is very big on the page. It's touching the edges. Nothing's floating just in the middle. And I have lots of spaces between my lines. I don't have any lines that are just that are very close together. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my styrofoam plate. And this styrofoam plate is very thin and it's the same size as the paper. And I'm going to take a piece of Scotch tape and I'm going to tape a piece of tape at the top and I'm going to tape it to my styrofoam plate. This makes sure that when you're transferring the image, it doesn't shift and you don't get a blurry image. So the next step is you're going to take a dull pencil or sharp pencil, but not pressing too hard, and you're going to trace over all of the lines you've already drawn. By tracing these lines, what you're doing is transferring the image. So everywhere I press is the styrofoam plate will be indented. That way you don't have to draw it again. And to save time, this is what it looks like when it's finished. Now you can actually feel where the indents are. And not only have I transferred the image and taken my picture off of the styrofoam plate by this part, but I've gone back through and I've pressed hard with my pencil where all the indentations were. And what that does is it makes the indentation deeper, and the deepest parts will definitely not grab any ink, and that will be our white for our print. That's another important thing to keep in mind when you're doing these prints, is everywhere where you have a line, that will be white, and the raised area will be colored. In this case, for today, black. Okay, so I have my print, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a sheet of paper and my printing ink. The printing ink we're using for this is Blick block printing ink. It's very sticky, and it's going to be rolled on a tray. This sticky noise you hear, it means that the ink is there's plenty of ink on the tray, and that way you can use it for your plate. If you don't hear that sticky noise, it means the ink's dry or you need more. Okay, so then I'm going to take my plate and I'm going to roll ink over it. And I'm going to do it in multiple directions because I want to make sure that I get all the areas of the plate. The tool that you're using is called a brayer, and it's like a roller, except this middle part is rubber. Okay. Now you can actually see the image, and you can see where all the dark areas where I have pressed into the plate and they don't show ink. Now you're going to take a piece of paper and you are going to lay this piece of paper over your image. This part of the process is called burnishing, and what you're going to do is you're going to be pressing pretty hard, and what you're getting the ink to do is transfer from the styrofoam plate onto your paper. Once you've pressed evenly and pretty hard through the whole thing, and you want to definitely make sure you get the corners for a nice clean print, you can peel back the paper and it will reveal your print. And there is my bird. Now, a couple important things to note. Because I didn't work on a scrap sheet of paper, all the ink over here that was from when I was rolling it out with the brayer transferred onto my paper, so it's best to work on a cleaner surface. Also, all of my lines are white on this one, and it is the mirror image. So if you were writing any words, they would need to be written backwards, and the letters would also need to be backwards. And there you go. For this project, we're going to be doing 3 prints, and they're all going to be different colors. This plate can then be washed and used again, and as you can see, I have multiple prints. You can sign them and put them in a limited edition. If you have any questions, let me know.